Wow. That is interesting. That's a lot. Yeah, photographic memory. Somebody asked me, I believe, if I have a mannequin in the background. That is a punching bag. That's Century Bob. That is for kickboxing. That is a figure. It stands for Bob stands for body opponent bag. You're supposed to beat the shit out of him with your fists and legs. So not quite a store bought mannequin there. That's yeah. No, that's Bob. That's Bob. Let's see. Oh, it looks like I'm already live, Sarah, on YouTube.
You are. Just let me in. Let me in.
Oh,
Let me in.
there you are. All right.
From here. I'll have to change my background.
Yeah, yeah, I like the. I think it's fun to do the kind of behind the scenes how we do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta get out of here because I'm gonna echo.
Okay,
Bye,
sounds
everybody.
changing my background. So you can, well, you guys always see where I am at anyways, but I'm trying to look professional in these parts. And I even brought my microphone this time. I don't even know if it works.
Your microphone?
No, it's just like maybe it's just for maybe if it's like a kid's microphone, it's just for show.
Oh
Maybe,
yeah, yeah.
no, I mean it was really cheap. It was on Amazon. So here, ooh, I tilted it.
How you know if it works is if the closer you get to it, the
Ooh,
different.
do you hear anything?
It sounds the same.
Oh my
Like,
God,
can you hear when I get closer to mine that it changes the sound of it?
I'm an idiot. It's not even plugged in.
Oh wow. Well, okay, let's do this episode. Sans the microphone, and we will. We'll just have
I
to
don't even
catch up on that one later.
I know this is my second time. What is your YouTube channel? It is Taylor Fortune. Just Taylor Fortune. They're asking you, what's your YouTube
Oh
channel?
yeah, link is in the bio too. But yeah, Taylor Fortune. It's the only branded one on YouTube with that name.
Yeah. And it looks like Taylor. So come on over to Taylor Fortune's YouTube channel and we'll see you
Come
there.
on over.
Yeah. And next week I'll plug in my microphone.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
I don't
almost
know.
crock shot.
Oh my gosh, this man, I'm telling you. All right, see you there. See you guys on Cosmic Love. Okay. All right. Oh, I turned off my light. That's better. I can't believe I forgot to plug that in. Like,
Hey, it happens.
I know. At least I could project my voice. I could be a loud talker if I
Yeah.
want to be. If I want to be.
Oh my! Look at how shitty my banner is. Come on. What am I thinking? There we go. Tighten it up. I have such a small amount of real estate in my area here. It's like
No.
that's why tarot cards don't really work because everything is like there's not an inch of space in front of me.
No. It's kind of like being on an airplane with a tray table.
Yeah, it's exactly.
And then someone's next to you. It's like, I don't want to bump into you. I don't want to invade your space.
Right?
That's what's gonna happen when I come visit you. Actually, in the first flight, I'm all like, it's weird because it's just a commuter plane from where I live to Chicago.
Yeah.
So I got the row where it's just like the one person, and then the row next to it is it's a two-person row. So I'm gonna be all by myself, which is really nice. And then the other one, I chose the aisle, the exit row, since I'm not flying with the child. I upgraded, got a lot of leg room.
Nice.
Yeah.
Flying in economy style.
Yeah, I know, in the middle of a pandemic. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
exactly.
Yeah, how it all goes. All right.
Who's up? Who's up? You said not Nicole, so that would leave
Amelia.
Amelia.
Amelia's man, or I don't think it's her current man. I believe this is her past, some kind of past lover. I believe his name is Thomas. And I won't get his last name. It begins with an A. Thomas A.
Thomas A.
Thomas A.
And that's what it is in the chart. Hello?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hey, Amelia.
How are you?
Hi. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
We are good. Yeah, both of us. We're great.
Yeah. So Amelia, tell us the story between you and Thomas A. We're not going to reveal his full last name here, but you told me like he rescued you a few times. So like, what's that all about that he rescued you? It sounds very romantic, like a fairy tale. Prince Charming.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear this one.
No, that's not completely accurate. So basically, he has told me through multiple times that I have saved his life.
Okay.
And
Ah,
he was somebody that goes overseas and does a lot of things that I really can't talk about. And there were multiple times where I would wake him up and it would be just in the moment of time where he could, protect himself or, get out of a situation where he was going to be killed. And I've never had any recollection of that. But the last two circumstances where I had something bad happen to me in the past 2 years, 2.5 years, he has had similar incidences at the same time, which is hard to predict because he's in Australia.
Wow.
That was the exact same time. But there was one time where I saw a car literally pass through my car.
Oh my God. So it's like, yeah, go ahead.
I felt my soul leave my body.
Wow.
And he had fallen from a rope that he was climbing on and training at a gym and broke his ribs. And so he called it Dark Tuesday or something. So we've had a very karmic type of relationship where we've definitely been in lives together, past lives together.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to find out more about our charts. To see how we're aligned and just to get some clarity on some of the things that he says to me that I don't have any recollection of my soul helping him survive.
Okay. And so are these events past life events that he's talking about or this incarnation?
No, present.
Wow. And you have like all these synchronicities, even though you guys are miles apart now.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. We met and he was a mentor. And we started a relationship and it was very tangible. Like the energy was extremely tangible. There was obviously past lives where we had relationships.
Okay. And you guys have like been together in union, right? Like you guys met physically and all that stuff, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So Taylor and I are pulling up the chart and I'm seeing a lot of interesting things in this chart, Amelia.
so which Thomas is it?
I'll text you. It's Thomas AZ.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll wait for Taylor, but I'll also just kind of get started at the same time. Awesome. So what I'm seeing here, first of all, what really just like stood out to me, because you were talking about like you saving him and you don't even know how. So your vertex, which I believe to be the point in the chart where timelines overlap, and your Chiron, because your Chiron and your vertex are both in conjunction here, which means that they're in the same space in the chart, are in conjunction with Thomas's Pallas Athena. So I feel like this type of energy, like you're a wounded healer with your vertex, which is timelines overlapping, are just helping him get out of these like tricky situations. Like you said, divine, because this is all about divine wisdom. So Pallas Athena, she's a warrior. She's a warrior of wisdom. And I see this is in his 10th house too, which you alluded to something about him, like being like special ops or something like that. That's kind of how I saw it.
Yeah,
and
me
also,
too.
Yeah. And also your Hygeia is also making a conjunction. Hygeia is healing with his Pallas Athena. So I do feel like that type of energy is just helping him get out of these situations. It's almost like bizarre. Like you're sending, I don't ever really just like say this, like you're almost like telepathically sending him information how to help himself. I never say that to anybody, but that's what I'm totally picking up on here. All right, Taylor, what are you seeing?
Well, yeah, past life, of course, we have his Mars on her south node. So, guys, definitely, he was very strong force in your past life. Divine masculine, very well could have been a lover. Not seeing married here though. I'm just seeing probably just a passionate, strong lover for you. Would you say that, Sarah, Mars on the South Node?
Yes, also with Eros being
Yeah,
there,
conjunct Eros.
too. Yeah, on his Mars, which also shows their passion together. But whenever I do see that Mars in the South Node, just like when I see a moon on the South Node for if the person was female, like I'm like, oh yeah, but you can also be female in a past life and be male in this life. It just signals that he was still a man in the past life, because Mars is warrior energy, it's male energy, it's very male energy. So that does tell me he was a male figure in your past life, a significant male figure. Yeah, I agree with you, Taylor. I do.
There's a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
Good and bad, obviously. I'll just, for inside information for Sarah and I, then we'll unpack some of this. The Nessus conjunct the Sun, the Lucifer conjunct the Sun, opposite the conjunct Eris. But let's do some fun ones. So North Node conjunct Lust. That's really interesting. So you guys have a pretty passionate connection here, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. It seems like that's going to be a good thing for your future too, that somehow this connection with him is enabling your life purpose, or just you finding what it is you're supposed to be doing.
So that's interesting, because being that he lives in Australia and doing what he does, he is prohibited from entering the United States.
Right. Yeah. And I
So
also go ahead, Amelia.
I don't see us ever seeing each other in person again.
Wow.
But I do feel if he passes, because I feel his passing is 3 years away.
Ooh.
2, 3, 4 years away. I do see that. I feel that.
Well, we're going to have to unpack that for a moment here. Tell us why. What's the vision there? How do you feel that?
Yeah.
I think his purpose here has been completed.
Uh-huh.
And I think his transition is coming.
You just feel that, like, from knowing him, that's your intuitive hit.
I do. And I said this a year ago, and I said 4 years. So I'm thinking 3 years now.
Did you tell him that? Did you tell him that? And if so, what was his response?
I did. He said, no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm perfectly healthy. And he's not. And this man is a 30-year vegan, trains every day, obviously is very in shape, so on and so forth. But his body is breaking down due to all of the circumstances that he's been in, the detrimental circumstances that he's been in, that has forced his body to, create blood clots and lung issues and heart issues. And I think his purpose on this planet is becoming fulfilled. Yeah. And I do see him passing, but I also think that he and I are still going to have a very strong connection when he does.
It's interesting that you say all that, and that's so much like telepathic communication between you two, but your Mercury are opposing each other. So like when you say that you'll never see him again, those Mercury, which is, that was the planet of communication. It's not just like that you can't have a conversation. It's almost like you guys are so distant from each other. You can't make the real, like, tangible connection happen. I know you said the word tangible before, and I believe that you guys had this relationship in the 3D, and now he's in Australia. So it's like, I sense that too, even just looking at this chart, that it's almost like star-crossed lovers with those Mercury oppositions. Like I cannot connect. It's a disconnection.
But I think there was a purpose for that. I think that we were not supposed to be together tangibly in the physical world, in the 3D world, because of the protective energies that I offer to him subconsciously that I still don't understand. I accept them and I appreciate them and I believe them, but I've never physically or mentally felt it outside of spirituality.
Yeah. And the
This-
other, go ahead, Taylor. Go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, does he have the same psychic intuition that you have? Because I see both of
Yeah.
you have your Neptune and Mercury, which is your Neptune in Scorpio, which is a really interesting
Yeah.
placement for that. That would definitely indicate that you're very tapped into that deep subconscious energy, and that both of you are mutually tapped into one another.
Yes, and I would say that his is even more accurate or acute than mine is, because he can remember these things and I never do.
Wow.
Wow. He remembers.
You can
Wow.
remember past lives?
He can remember significant times where I have been in this present lifetime. He's been in this present lifetime, and I have woken him, shaken him, told him something, turn around, do this, do that, and saved his life.
Right.
And
I wanted to circle back to that. So that I caught when you said that the first time, and I was assuming correctly that you were talking about on a different layer, on some kind of astral layer or some kind of
Yes.
subconscious telepathic level that you have been telling him to do whatever he
Yeah.
needs to do to save his life.
Yes.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
pretty wild.
It
I
is
love
wild.
it. Yeah, but it's
That's
wild.
a
I
new
love
one
it.
for this show. It's a new one for this show. It's
Yeah.
I like hearing about these things though, because all these people have different types of connections. It's interesting, like how many different types of connections people can have. And
Right.
when you open that portal, if both are willing to open that portal, like how much you can expand your consciousness and also the connection between the two of you. That's quite amazing. It's quite amazing. From so far away.
My question for this session is, why is he able to remember that and I am not? Because
Okay.
I do believe that I am telepathic with certain people.
I see it right
I know
away.
that I'm telepathic with certain people. I think telepathy is just something that we just don't tap into. I think all of us have the capacity for telepathy.
Sarah, I want to see if I can give me just 1 second spot. What do you spot? Are you going Mercury on this one or what?
Yeah. The Mercury, his
Mercury
Mercury is on the galactic center.
Oh, yes. 29
Yeah.
degrees. What-
Yeah, on the galactic center. So the
Okay.
galactic center is like this portal to the higher realms, to the 5D. So Mercury being there in Sagittarius,
Yeah.
right there on the galactic center, he can open up his mind. He gets communication from the 5D. It's
Yeah.
like not many people have that. A lot of people have their Mercury in Sag, but to have it right on the galactic center, that's another thing. So that's why he receives those downloads. And most people don't. Like,
So,
So where is my Mercury within that capacity? Because I don't remember doing these things, and obviously I have, but I don't remember doing these things. And I believe him wholeheartedly. There's never been a point in my life where I said, maybe this isn't true.
Yeah.
I've always soulfully believed him. It comes from a deep connection in my soul that I believe him.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. I mean, there's other things in this chart where I believe that you guys are very connected. And I don't feel like it's possibly not from that. There's other things in this chart I feel that are very interesting too. Just like how your north node is Quincunx, his Uranus and his Pluto. And when that happens too, that means like you guys are just not, it's like this, it's a weird thing. It's like you guys are meant to be together, but not like physically, because Uranus kind of does this weird thing where it just like shakes and Pluto transforms. So the north node is our path. Our path of destiny. So it's like you guys are shaking up your paths of destiny together. You're especially, shaking up his path of destiny, but you're really not supposed to be. I feel like it's not like this physical union. It's more metaphysical. That's what I keep on seeing in this chart. And especially how also his north node squares your Venus, which means like, it's just difficult to maintain this in the physical realm. Venus is Yeah, and where your North Node squares his Venus. It's just, it's difficult to maintain this relationship.
Yes.
It's just almost impossible. Taylor,
Yeah.
do you agree? Are you seeing something else, seeing something I'm
Yeah,
not seeing?
that quincunx in the North Node is really interesting. Because like what you said, it's not only is it going to be unconventional, unorthodox relationship. But yeah, it could really involve death itself with that Pluto energy there. The other thing I wanted to let Amelia know too, it's not a matter of why you can't see this stuff telepathically or psychically. It's more a matter of why he can. That's what we're trying to explain, that his Mercury and Sagittarius on that 29th degree, which is the galactic gateway, is very unique. You know, it's 1 in 360 degrees. So the chance of him having access to that with the Mercury is 1 in 360. So that's another way of saying don't feel bad that you can't see it. It's just very exceptional that he can.
To be honest with you, I feel like I'm blessed that I can't.
Yeah, absolutely.
If I felt the burden of having to do that on a physical level,
Yeah.
on a regular level, I don't think I would be capable of doing the things that I've done.
Yeah.
No, because how can you get through the day? I mean, he must just know how to manage it and cope with it, probably because he's been getting these types of downloads since he was a little boy. That's what
He's an amazing human being with being able to deal with the things that he's seen, deal with the things that he does, deal with the person that he is in duality. It's a very duality existence that he lives in. And he comes back and he's still the same person that he was when he left. Seeing the things that he's seen, not discussing those things on this call, those are things that put people into PTSD and they never come out of it. So he's capable of transitioning from one world to another world. And it has to do with it. To me, I believe that it has to do with 5D capacity.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me too. And you know, him being a Capricorn too, like Capricorn, and I see his Capricorn sun's in the 7th house. So he understands how to just relate to people in this way of almost like this detached manner, and then go back to other relationships and relate again in a detached manner. Like it just kind of reminds me of that movie. What you're saying is like Donnie Brasco. You remember that movie, Taylor? He's like an agent and he starts like getting caught up. Am I this and where am I that? That's what I'm seeing here. I'm looking like what Gemini type of energy. Well, yeah, he doesn't have much. I mean, the only Gemini energy he has is in his 12th house when he has Narcissus there. So that how I guess allows him to keep all these secrets. I'm assuming what I'm picking up on of violent things that he witnesses, just kind of compartmentalize them there. It's very complicated person. I can see from the chart.
Yeah.
Yes. But on the surface, he is just a kind, giving, loving person. Nobody else would know. And he's told me things that I don't think he's told anybody else. Wow. And they were very hard for me to even comprehend. And I really didn't need to comprehend them. I was just able to accept them and believe them and say, okay, that's what you went through. I understand it. I believe you. I don't think there's any facetiousness in this. I don't think that you're, overemphasizing anything that you've gone through. I truly believe everything that he has told me on a level that other people can't understand. Because you can't really share this with other people. Right. Other people are like, well, you don't know if that happened or if this was really true. And I said, I don't need to question him. I've never needed to question what he's told me. But I also don't need to encompass it or physically embody it. I'm allowed to just accept it and not have that experience or not have that trauma within me. Yes. It's something that I intellectually understand, but I don't necessarily need to. I don't need to pick it apart.
You know how you just said you know how to intellectually understand it, but you don't have to pick it apart.
Yes.
Okay, when you said that, I was like, oh, bingo. Because all of your ninth house, which is about intellectual understanding,
Yeah.
when you have a ninth house stellium, I know I've
Yeah.
done your turn, we talked about this, is touching on his 12th house, which is his secrets, like his secret life and consciousness. And you just accept it. You understand this man for who he is, and you just completely get him. You get him because the moon is there, the sun is there, Venus is there, Lilith is there, Mercury's there, Mars is there, like everything is there.
And that the duality you're looking for, Sarah, that bipolarity, I mean, that's just Gemini rising.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, that's huge. That's huge for somebody who lives kind of two lives.
that's true. Exactly.
He does. He exactly lives. He lives more than two lives. But I mean, he lives two physically or mentally. He lives two lives, and within those two lives, he can live lives outside of that.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, Geminis can do that.
Yeah.
They can do that. And you know, if you think about like famous Geminis throughout history, like Marilyn Monroe, a Gemini, and she literally had two different identities. You know, she had a split life, actually more than two identities. She was born with one name, and then she went to foster homes and adopted, and then married off, and then she became Marilyn Monroe. But then eventually, I mean, we could look at her chart someday or whatever, but like she couldn't handle it, whereas this character can, because he's more resilient. Yeah,
He's completely capable of doing what he's doing, which baffles me. But again, I can completely accept it because it doesn't offend me in a mental state of 3D.
right. It's
There's
not like
nothing that
you.
I don't feel like he's ever lying to me. There was one time when I caught him in a lie, and it was one time.
Mhm.
And he completely confronted, you know, he acknowledged my confrontation. He accepted it. He apologized. He was coherent about it. He didn't deny it.
Mhm.
And it was the only time. And it was the last time I saw him, and it was 8 years ago.
Wow. You know, I just noticed something, Taylor.
Yeah.
Before we let Amelia go. This guy's, I guess, what is his name again? I'm sorry. Thomas's South Node is, and his Vesta is on Amelia's Juno and Karma.
I did see that. Yeah, a little bit of distance there, but it's there. It's within orb, you know?
Yeah,
What does that mean?
that means you possibly could have been married to him in a past life. Possibly.
Oh, I'm sure we were.
But with that karma there's something involved in that may not have made it ideal. You know, there's some lessons there that are probably coming into this life through that marriage. But all the same, the marriage is very likely.
Yeah. I'm picking up on something there too. I'm picking up on some kind of like some kind of witnessing of something. That's what I'm picking up on. I don't want to read it too much into it right now, but that's what I'm picking up on. Like intuitively, I feel like somebody saw something they're not supposed to see. The other one made them be quiet. And that's where the karma comes in. And now you're like, yeah, I'm quiet about all you do. Because that's what you've been telling us. So awesome. All right, Amelia, this is really interesting. Thank you for calling. We've never had a guest talk about telepathy between partners before, and we appreciate your perspective.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
welcome. Thank you for having me. Thank you for talking to me, and I appreciate all the inference and the knowledge.
Yeah, anytime. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow.
I know. I want to know
That's
what.
fascinating.
Yeah, but maybe I don't want to know. I'm picturing some James Bond stuff and.
Yeah, the go-to is obviously some kind of special forces, black ops military work. But the more she described him, I was like starting to get more into CIA territory or something like that. Because I'm like, This guy seems very interesting because you don't need that you need that duality emotionally for the military, but the way she was describing him, I'm like, this sounds like subterfuge or some kind of, top security government fucking spy type work,
I was like,
infiltration,
Yeah, I was thinking, should she even be talking to us? I don't know.
Well, here's the funny thing is that every time people are with, black ops military people, they always say, oh, he's away on business and it's stuff that I can't talk about right now. And I'm like, well, you kind of just gave away that it's probably, a certain type of government work or whatever by, the way you talk about how you can't talk about it.
Right. But you're talking about it. So
I know exactly. And I'm not even picking on her. Like she was pretty good about it, but I've known a lot of people like, oh, my man, he's overseas doing things I can't talk about.
Yeah. I've known quite a few of those too.
Yeah, right.
Over there, I can't talk about it.
I can't talk about it. Yeah, saving the world.
Exactly. All right. So I think we have Nicole up next, and I know she has a younger man. I know we talked about this that you've been with some young. Now we're keeping it normal here. Younger adults, not children.
Oh, me myself? Oh yeah, no, we're not a fucking pedo show here. I told you
guys.
Yeah, my range is 26 years, meaning everybody, hold on. I've gone 13 years younger and I've gone 13 years older. Yeah. So that's my range. Is the next one? Are we doing astro readings or just is it story time?
I think it's story time. But then she just sent me some information. Hold on.
Yeah.
Ooh,
okay.
No,
cool.
Hold on. Won't let me get off Instagram for whatever reason. 70 text messages. Damn.
What? Dude, you're blowing up. Maybe Harsh is on it.
No, I'll tell you more about it later. I can't talk about it on air. There was an incident at the former school, at the school that I worked at last year, the last school I worked there was an incident of violence. I'll just put it that way.
Got it.
Okay, she did get the person's birth time. She does want us to do a chart.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're doing a synastry chart with Nicole and her man. I don't know what his name is, so I'm just gonna put Nicole's man in there. Nicole's man. And I already have information.
Is she this is our last caller then, so we can just go till the end with her?
Yeah.
Okay, good. This is great. All right. Nicole. Awesome sauce, baby. Is this the same Nicole that I know and who's...
Yeah, she's been in your tarot class.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Taylor Fortune.
Yes, okay. The Nicole I know.
Hold on 1 second. Let me get you on speaker. I'm in my car.
You're in your car?
Where am I?
Oh, she's driving.
Yeah.
Is he in
here? I think I'm driving all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, but you have to not listen to YouTube, otherwise you're going to hear a crazy delay.
Yeah, don't do
that. Hold on, let me close that. Yeah, I just got done with a hair appointment.
Ooh,
got your hair did?
I had to color them grays.
I don't do it anymore.
I understand that.
I know, I'm not that brave yet, Taylor.
Thank you. I like that. I like Nicole. Yeah, I've always liked Nicole. Keep talking about my grays.
They look great on you.
I love it. We're going to give her a good synastry chart reading.
Yeah, we are. So, Nicole, do you want to give us your man's name? So he's just Nicole's man here in our astro. Do you want to give us a first name or is it a secret?
Can we just go with R?
R.
R. Okay.
R man R.
Okay.
R man R.
Yeah.
All right. Tell us about R. How did you guys meet? Tell us the story and what's going on with you two.
The story, we actually went to a couple of the same gyms and never really interacted. He noticed me. I didn't notice him.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then he found me somehow by one of the gyms. It's a boxing gym, one of them, and somebody tagged me in something, and then we just kind of started chatting. And you go to the same, you go here too. Oh yeah, So that's kind of how our conversation started, and it was just fun.
Yeah.
He can drive me a little crazy, but and he's very active and busy and motivating, which I do appreciate about him a lot. He is younger than me, but we have a lot of fun together. He's spontaneous and has helped me to kind of develop that part of me or get back to what I used to be before my 20-year marriage. So,
Got it. Youthful energy.
Pardon?
Youthful energy.
Yeah. Yes, definitely. So we've known each other a little over a year now. We, just go here and there. We take little trips and stuff, and it's fun. I'm at a point where I'm like, I don't want to get hurt. Do I want to commit? Do I want to engage further? Like, not say be my boyfriend, but more of like, okay, am I going to allow myself to explore this a little bit more? So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him. He's
Okay.
fun.
Okay. So do you
I just
want
want to make sure I have the right Nicole. Is it March 7th?
Yeah.
Okay,
Just
good.
Nicole.
Got a few in there.
I know so many Nicoles, Nicole. There's so many Nicoles.
I know. Kick it off, Sarah. What you got?
All right. Right away, what I'm seeing here, this is interesting. Okay. So Nicole, your Uranus is in conjunction with ours, Juno and his Pluto, which just means like when Uranus comes into contact with somebody's asteroid of marriage, which is Juno, it means it just like takes their approach to commitment in a radical different direction, which is exactly what's going on here. So I love this. It just kind of like rocks their world. It's like, I like this. I like being with this person, but this is a very new, fresh commitment. Sometimes with the Uranus conjunction, Juno, I've heard of this before. You don't have to tell me if this is what's going on. You can tell me, but I've heard like sometimes there's like open relationship, bringing more people into the relationship, that kind of thing. It's just very different, radical new approach. And then with that Pluto there, because this guy's Pluto is with his Juno. So that means his relationships, his soul contracts in this lifetime, because Juno is not just marriage, it's soul contracts, are extremely intense. So when Pluto and Uranus meet like that, it's just a lot of intense energy. It's like, it kind of reminds me of a volcanic eruption, not an earthquake, but more of a volcanic eruption, especially because this is all scorpionic energy. It's a lot here. That's a lot of intensity. So does that resonate with you, Nicole?
The intensity for sure. The bringing other people in, no. We're very jealous, not jealous type, but like, I'm number one and that's it. That's how I move. And I think he's the same way. He's like, no, we're not inviting anybody else into the situation.
Yeah. But it's just like very different. It's very different energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see what do you the Venus and Mars conjunction just seems like very strong compatibility here. Like just kind of hot, steamy energy, masculine, feminine, boom, coming together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with that south node there too.
I know, I saw that. So Mars is on her south node, on Nicole's south node, just like the last call with Amelia. So he may have been a strong masculine presence, possibly dater, lover, somebody that you dated, somebody that you were with in a past life. So that conjunction is very, very close. It looks like.
Yeah, that's intense. It's intense
because I feel like we feel very familiar. And like comfort level that I'm like, wait, what? How is this?
Yeah. And that
makes sense.
He noticed you first too, because he recognized you from that past life, being there. He was drawn towards you. He was just drawn towards you. Oh, I see too, that the south node, his south node, our south node is in, it's an orb, is with Nicole's ascendant.
Mm-hmm.
So that means he's very drawn to who you are. He are. Oh my gosh, we call them R and I said drawn to who you are.
Yeah, he's drawn to who you are.
Yeah. R. Yeah. He just liked you right off the bat. But with that Saturn there too, and I was reading something today, I forgot where it was, that South Node Saturn conjunction indicates that a very, very profound karmic connection, because Saturn is father time, right? So it really indicates like this profound karmic connection also, this is kind of trippy right here. So this guy's south node is also with his Ceres, and Ceres is the asteroid of parenting. I'm not saying he was your daddy. I'm not saying he's your daddy, but he might have been like some kind of caretaker in your life, but you know what? That's just how it goes, how we just keep running around together in the same circles, Nicole. So it's not anything weird. It's very common.
I like how her Vesta, Nicole's Vesta, is right on his sun. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's that whole stellium right there in the fourth house, which is, yeah, I mean, got Jupiter, Mercury, more Lucifer, Chiron, and with Nicole's singular Vesta there, it's almost like he can do no wrong because she just has unconditional love for all sides of him, the good
Yes.
and bad, whether it's Lucifer or whether it's the sun. It's like, oh, I like it all, you know. I just accept him for who he is, and especially with it being in Cancer, there's just this sense of like home and nurturement and caretaking. I think more on Nicole's part actually than his part.
Yes, definitely. Oh,
shit.
Nicole.
Call back. That's I'll bet you anything she's driving around, drove into a dead zone.
Yeah, that's probably what happened. Definitely. But yeah, I think Nicole just really likes him. I like this part. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's nice. It's like that's kind of peaceful, that Vesta conjunct like the stellium. I don't think I've ever said that before, like an asteroid conjunct the stellium. You know?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
What did you last year, Nicole?
On the Vesta.
Yeah, your Vesta, which is your asteroid of unconditional love, is conjunct a whole bunch of things for him. It's conjunct his sun, which is his personality, his ego, his identity. It's conjunct his Mercury, which is his mind, his Jupiter, which is his like philosophical expansion, good luck. And it's also conjunct his Lucifer, which is like his dark side. So like that's why I was saying, like in some ways, this guy can do no wrong. Like you just kind of love and accept all different sides of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're like, yeah,
I
guilty.
would say that's true.
I
mean,
can't
like I
help
said, he can annoy the crap out of me, but like at the end of the day,
Yeah.
I am comfortable with telling him he's annoying me, and you know, having those hard conversations if they come up, if it's necessary. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's
Understood.
funny- Yeah, I think it's funny you met him at the gym because his Hygeia is right on his ascendant. So yeah, this guy's really into health. I love it. Hey, Nicole, has he had difficult relationships in the past? Because I'm looking at his chart now. Yeah, because Narcissus is right on his descendant as well as the vertex. So I feel like this guy has had some really bad, ugly, messed up relationships, and being with you is kind of a relief to him. It's like Taylor said with that Vesta on all of his shit, good and bad. It's just a lot easier energy. So I feel like you're like a breath of fresh air to this guy, for real. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm not the psycho type.
No, Nicole. No, you're a Pisces. Pisces can be psycho too, but you're not like that at all. You're really easygoing and a lovely person. Okay, one last thing that I'm seeing. Well, not one last thing, but one other thing that I thought was really cool for this chart, Nicole, is that your asteroid of karma is right on R's moon and his Uranus. So I feel like you are nurturing him and helping him with just his past stuff, his karmic debt. You are just you're creating a safe space for him ultimately, especially even though it's Capricorn. It's like helping him with structure and just giving him almost like just this, like I said, like a safe space to be, but at the same time, it's structured and there's boundaries there, because I don't think he's used to boundaries. I feel like
No, not at all.
Yeah, you've got it all. That's right. You've got it all.
Wait, Sarah, I got a random question. I like to use this opportunity to learn too. Where did you see that he was a gym guy? What you said it in passing like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, so do you ever put Hygeia into the?
Oh no, I don't have the asteroid Hygeia. What number is that?
I love Hygeia. I love that because a lot of people ask me about their health. and why
Okay.
do they have this health or the health.
I'll
So
enter it.
yeah, it's 10 in Hygeia is on his ascendant. Yeah. So it's just like right away when you see him, he's healthy in appearance. And a lot of times, like when I see that in a couple in a synastry chart, like if Hygeia is conjunction Hygeia, it's like, oh, these people, like they heal each other. It's not just physically, but it's holistically. Like that's why they're meant to be together, is to bring healing together. Now, you guys don't have that in this chart, Nicole. I'm not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing, but I'm seeing that. If let me look where Nicole's is, because you guys met at the gym. I'm looking right now.
What does Hygeia look like?
It says Hygie.
Oh yeah, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Nicole, I'm learning new asteroids from your chart. This is great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Nicole's is in the second house, which is funny because it's all about health. And what does Nicole do for a living? And she makes money off of it. So
Right.
What's in
Which makes a
healthcare?
lot of sense. It's the
Yeah,
body.
yeah. Exactly. It's all about the body. Yeah. And then if like a couple has like opposing Hygeias or like squaring Hygeias, like they might have different approaches to health, or squaring. They might, drive each other crazy to the point where it's a breakdown in their health. So that's kind of how I read Hygeia. Little astrology lesson out there. I really like it. I feel drawn to it. It's probably because I have it on my ascendant as well. So it's just something I really have always liked doing. And it's with his karma too. So like bringing health into this man's life is like extremely important. But karma is opposing his Narcissus and Vertex. That's why I was like right away, I'm like, he's had a rough go of it with relationships, but his part of fortune is there in his seventh house. So it's like he really is a relationship person. That's where he finds his joy. Like, what kind of dates do you guys go on? Like, does he really like spending quality time? Is that his love language?
Yeah, it is. Like, we'll go down to Huntington Beach for a couple of days. Like, we'll go to, I live in Sacramento. We went to Napa for dinner. Like, just have that quality time in the car, but then have dinner and then the time back, it's just like, he does really value relationships in his life. Big time.
I can tell. He seems like a nice guy. Like he's not just like a gym buff, like just working out all the time. I can tell.
Not just a bro.
He's not just a bro in the big, like the cut out t-shirt with his like arms all sweaty and the armpits too big. Yeah. That's what
Protein shake in one hand, gym bag in the other hand.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. A lot of
Not really style, but he does. I mean, he has his own business, so he is very focused on that. December month is kind of like his slower time.
Yeah.
So he's very focused on that, which is good for me because I'm not really needy. I enjoy the quality time and having my own personal time, so it actually works for me if it were to be something. So I do appreciate that, but, again, the spontaneity is a big thing for him because you'll only get, like, sometimes maybe one day off a week or one day off every 2 weeks. So having time, but then, if I'm available, I'm available. If I'm not, I'm not.
That might be that. What was I saying about Uranus? That Uranus with Juno too. It's like, oh, like you just said, like whatever, spontaneous. Like when we're together, we're together. When we're not, we're not. Like it's that flexibility. There's a lot of flexibility in this chart, a lot of adaptability that I like here. I'm gonna say it's not soulmates. Definitely not soulmates. It's not twin flames, but I would say this is a nice chart for two people who are enjoying each other's company. There's things on here that I'm like, okay, there's some things that might be difficult. Like your Mars, Nicole, is making a quincunx with this guy's Jupiter. So when I see Mars making a quincunx with Jupiter, it's like your lifestyle, like the pace that you're going at, he might not really bring too much to the plate for your pace of lifestyle. Does that resonate? What I'm saying, does that make sense?
Yeah, a little bit. That's what I worry about a little bit is like the spirituality piece of it, because I'm very much in that mode and it's who I am, and I don't know if he can handle that.
Okay, so I'm gonna check out his Neptune and your Neptune.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. So you said that, Sarah. What you just said, quincunx with Mars, but or because it's almost the same. You could say that for the quincunx with Mercury, with Neptune also.
Yeah,
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 like there's just something. There's a spiritual disconnect there.
yeah, there is. There is. So like, what does he think about what you do? What does he say?
He just thinks it's
Bunch of
for
bullshit.
lack of a better term, hogwash.
Hogwash. He thinks what we do is a joke, Sarah.
Well, maybe you should come get a reading with us and we'll
Yeah.
illuminate him and we'll blow his mind.
Yeah, fucking tell him to step in our dojo.
I know. That's right. You can even show him this recording. Be like, see how right they were.
Yeah. Next week's Cosmic Love, the Revenge. Bring it on, R. Yeah.
Cosmic Revenge with R.
Yeah. Are you willing to face us? I'm sorry. I had to. Some dad jokes.
Yeah. Cosmic Ambush. It's like pops out. He's like,
I'm like, let's have dinner. Come on over. We're gonna have a call with my friends.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, Cosmic Revenge Zoom call. Because we're not coming over there, but we're closer. Maybe we would. Okay, I'm trying to just make sure that I miss anything very important in this chart that I want to just highlight. That I think is just like something you guys need to watch out for.
His Venus is squaring her sun. I mean, that could create good tension, but there could also be some conflict in there also. A little bit of love conflict. So it's like it rides that fine line between whether or not it can be resolved through passion.
Can it be?
Yeah.
Can it be, Nicole? What do you think? is because of that Mars and that Venus? It probably can be.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah, I'm looking at their Eroses too. And well, this is interesting. Oh my gosh. So Nicole, your Eros is right on your galactic center. Nicole can manifest some
We got another galactic center today, huh? That's pretty rare.
Yeah. And it's right on his galactic center, of course, because the galactic center doesn't move. So yeah, I wonder if you guys see, he doesn't believe in spirituality, but he might have some downloads after you guys, do the deed. He's gonna tell you about it. What kind of downloads are you guys having after you do the deed?
Right?
Oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying here. It's so funny.
Oh my God.
All right, Nicole. So I think we've ripped into this chart. And we know he doesn't believe what we say anyways, but you know what? You believe us and the audience believes us. So that's what counts. And we believe in each other. So that's what counts.
The truth.
That's right. Thank you guys. That's been eating at me for a little while, if you will. I just kind of wanted to see what it looks like how does he look on paper,
Yeah.
So.
It's cool. It's a good connection. It's definitely a good connection.
Yeah,
we have a good connection, but okay.
Yeah. So where are you at right now? Since we gave you the information, what's the verdict?
Where am I at?
Yeah, where are you at?
Mentally.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm comfortable with just kind of continuing how we are and not just enjoying each other when we have time, enjoying the time we have together. I don't know. I mean, I think it's more of he'll be my friend forever, regardless, even if we don't really connect on a physically intimate level anymore. Because he's very loyal, that I see. As long as people are loyal to him, which I don't have a problem with. That's easy for me, but,
Yeah, we hear you.
It solidifies and it makes sense. It all makes sense to me. Everything you all just said.
Yeah. Awesome.
So thank you.
Well, thank you, Nicole, for sharing your story with R.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We wish you the best.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
No twin flames tonight, Taylor.
What's that?
No twin flames, no soulmates tonight.
No twin flames, no soulmates. But well, the last one was filed under extremely interesting, though. Extremely
Yeah.
interesting, because telepathy is a phenomenon often associated with twin flames. It is not exclusive to twin flames, but it is very much part of that connection. So that is just a fascinating connection that our friend had there with that mystical James Bond figure.
Yes.
So,
Yes. I kind of see him as that, what is it? Not the Corona guy. Was it the Corona guy?
the
One of those-
Dos Equis guy, the
Dos
most
Equis.
interesting man in the world. Yeah,
That's what I see him as.
right. Absolutely, absolutely.
You never know. Have you ever had telepathy with someone?
I have, but not like. I think this is a sad example, but the movie that both kind of did it currently in a way that was like fairly accurate, but also fairly ridiculous, was that the Force connection that fucking Rey and Kylo had, and one of the new ones, and it was like they called it Force Skype, which was like. I know we're like probably losing viewers right now just even mentioning that. But guys, it was an interesting connection because they were having a conversation completely telepathically, not even just one expression or another, but question answer type conversation. And I think anybody in the spiritual community would watch a scene like that and be like, okay, the movie sucks, but this is an interesting moment here. So to answer your question, no, I've never had that. But knowings and telepathically communicated feelings and emotions, definitely.
Yeah.
Pang in the heart when you know that something's going down. Tapping into that emotional consciousness where you can feel the person's energy. So how about you?
Well, with my daughter, I have it. With my
Yeah.
daughter, one day I was taking a nap, kind of like a half nap, like a cat nap.
Yeah.
Couch. It was like 2:30 in the afternoon or so, and I saw her falling off the jungle gym, and I got really scared. I'm like, did she fall? And so she came home, she was fine, but then a few hours later that night, she was just like running around the house, and she fell really hard in the house, like really hard on her elbows, and she was screaming for hours, and I thought she like might have broken something or fractured something. So somehow like I previewed that, even though it wasn't specifically what happened, but it wasn't within the context of what happened. It was weird. It was weird. And I always know when she's upset at school. I just know when
You feel it.
I just feel it.
Which that reminds me more like The Shining or something like that.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, hopefully not the axe murdering part, but the telepathy that the kid felt in there, which was the titular name of The Shining.
Yes.
Yeah, he shined. I can see that. Especially between mother-daughter.
Yeah, and our charts are very much alike, even though she's a Gemini, but she's a Capricorn rising just like me. And she has a lot of stuff like I've done our charts, we're mirrors of each other. We really are. It's weird. It's weird. We get along for the most part. I mean, but
Well, I hope so.
Well,
I mean,
yeah. I mean, all mothers and daughters have that, but what I mean, like we're mirrors.
all families and families have that.
Yeah. We're mirrors of each other, but we're also very much alike. So
Yeah. You're like, we're mirror reflections of each other, and you're also like, we're mirror reflections of each other.
no. Yeah. Sometimes she knows how to push my buttons because she's my daughter. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I have to go, I put myself in timeout.
It's very mature of you.
I know. Like mommy's going in her room now. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Mommy's got to piece the fuck out, kid.
I-
This is cool doing 2 readings because we can get pretty deep with 2 and not have the stress or pressure of knowing that there's somebody else we got to race through, before the show ends.
Yes. It's like very pressure filled. It's like, I'm racing. But then again, like I kind of like the improvisation of being rushed.
Yeah. Which it just seems like if we have 2, we have 2. If we have 3, we have 3. So it kind
Whatever
of
works. We're here for you guys. And if you want to call next week, I think we have some people who are already calling in next week, or so they say. So
yeah,
we'll see.
awesome.
right. So you have your meditation coming up. You
Yeah,
wanna-
guys, whoever's still out there watching, I'm about to go live on Instagram, Ritual Magic Meditation right now. So I'll be up there in about 2 or 3 minutes doing that. Sarah, what do you got?
Full moon readings. I have a few. I think I have like 2 available tomorrow. I will not be working on Monday. I will do my lives and stuff because it's my birthday. So I'm not working. I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm not gonna like get like drunk or anything like that. I mean, it's Monday. I guess it could be Margarita Monday. But
Oh
no,
my
no.
God.
Yeah, so get your full moon readings because it's gonna be a big one, guys. Full moon in Cancer, the day before the node switch, the day before Uranus goes direct. It's gonna oppose Pluto. So hit me up if you want that. It's on my website. And yeah, that's about it. So Taylor, we'll talk tomorrow. And for everyone else, we'll see you on Instagram.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.